Hey, welcome, welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. We are officially on day 5 of the A Book a Day challenge. Time truly flies when you're having fun. I've had a lot of fun checking in with you guys. This is the last one. We are going to talk about today how you can create, again, your own digital products and POD print on demand products too. I've been sharing some of my favorite digital and POD book projects with you. The last one for day number 5 is notebooks. So, do you have a notebook? Do you want to create a branded notebook? Or maybe you want to create a ton of them, right? Like me. I actually today on 11/11 launched my 11/11 New Beginnings notebook series over on SisterSense.shop. So if you want to be in a position where any day you can say, you know what? I think I want to create a notebook today. You have the opportunity to do so the Sister Sense way. So, of course, whether you're catching me live or on the replay side, let me know you are ready to grow your book empire by dropping ABAD into the chat box so I can see, which stands for ABAD, a book a day. And of course, if you haven't already gotten your free template and some of those downloadable resources that I have for you, plus the replays too of all 5 days, make sure you go over to sistersense.com/ABAD. Hey, thank you for dropping that in there so I can see. And the hearts and the thumbs up and the love. Appreciate you guys for all of that. And of course, if you're catching us on the replay side, always remember to drop into the comment box hashtag replays rock, right? Hashtag replays rock. So every day I've actually been dividing these sessions into 2 parts, doing a prep session and a tech session. But to me, the absolute easiest book project you could possibly do is the notebook book one, which is why I'm just going to do one final session with you. Prep, tech, everything, and a bag of chips. Okay. So a little bit of inspiration. I have 2 types of notebooks that I can share with you. 2 of a few, but these are some of my smaller ones. This is my Girl Boss notebook. Yay. What do we call this? I'm blanking. Not saddle stitch. Perfect bound. There we go. Perfect bound notebook with, hopefully the ring light isn't too bright, lined pages on the inside. Number 1. And by the way, I did get an illustrator to illustrate these awesome, beautiful Melanin Magic Sister Girls on the front, number 1. And then I designed my book cover using my illustrations in Canva, number 2. And then we've got our Girl Boss notebook, glossy, spiral bound or coil bound, as it is known. So there's coil bound, there is perfect bound, and then there is saddle stitch, which is when you get your books stapled, right? There's hardcovers. There are lots of different ones, but these are just a few that I can share with you. And I designed this one in Canva completely in its entirety. And then I laid this one out in Canva using the illustrated girls that I purchased from an illustrator. So, all right, now that you've got a little bit of inspiration from yours truly, let's talk about how you too can create your own notebooks, Sister Sense style. And by the way, if you are curious about grabbing any of my notebooks, you can always find them on sistersense.shop. There are planners, notebooks, and journals and bags. I always forget planners, notebooks, journals. My new 11/11 New Beginnings notebooks as well. You see the Girl Boss one here that I just had on the screen. I wanted to be able to show you exactly how I create amazing. So let's dig into Canva. Okay, so now I'm in Canva, and basically these are just a few examples of my covers. I actually want to show you an easier look or an easier way for you to see the full cover design. Okay, so why am I focused mainly on the cover right now? Let me say this. when it comes to notebooks, unless you are customizing the internal pages, it's very easy to get the internal. And in my case, the template that I teach, you get a 100-page lined internal PDF, right? Or you can get a 100-page blank internal or a dotted internal. I mean, there are lots of resources available to you, but for the ones that I'm sharing with you, these are lined notebooks, right? So you can see. Now, of course, my screen is kind of small, so let me enlarge that real quick so I can show you this again. These are all lined notebooks, and these are 100 pages. Okay. So, with that being said, when you look at the template that I have on the screen, the light purple side, number one, is what you would think of as the front cover. And where you see my logo, the darker purple side, that is the back cover. And so basically, I've created these really easy templates in Canva. This is a basically one page, but it's divided into two sides. You can customize it and then pair it with the 100-page lined PDF and create your notebook. So look, this for me, again, is one of the easier book projects because the internal 100 pages, you don't have to do nothing but upload that to the print on demand platform. And then you can use the template to do the hardest part, which is not hard at all. And that's coming up with your cover design. Okay. Which I'm going to do now just to give you a sense of how you can get creative with the process. But before I get there, let me jump into our brain dump document because essentially, as I've been mentioning to you as part of this series, my goal was to share with you my fast method to creating quality content, right? We're using formulas, automation, systems, and templates. So when you pair the 100-page PDF template that I have inside of the, and you may go, okay, so where's the template, LaShonda? I have a training. It's called Create 5 Books, right? So inside of the 5-book bundle, you'll get all the templates from all 5 days of this challenge, plus the notebook template. So you have two parts to the notebook template, which is the cover that you saw just a while ago in Canva, as well as the 100 pages of lined pages, right? And those two things combined is what I use to create my notebooks in Canva. So this is one of my favorite projects to do with my clients when they come out and work with me in person here in North Carolina. Literally in under an hour, you can turn on the music, you can get creative, and bim bam boom, you got yourself a notebook, right? So downloading the template, brainstorming your title, getting creative, that is what we are basically going to do now as a project. So watch me now. I basically already started by number one. I've got two sides here, right? Now, my brand color is this lavender, and then I use this dark purple as well, and do a combination of the two, right? Other colors that I love to use, variations of blue. So I think for this project, I may, and you could do, you don't have to do one side, one color versus the other side, another color, but for the purposes of making it easy for you to see the difference between the left and the right. That's the only reason why I'm separating it by color combination. Okay. So I think I'm going to do, I love, love, love this blue. I think I may do a slightly darker version or darker or lighter, slightly darker version on one side, and then start using this as the canvas for my inspiration. So there are lots of ways you can create notebooks relatively quickly. One is to keep it simple and just use text, right? So let's say, like I showed you this one right here. It's got illustrations, but the top says Girl Boss Goals, right? So let's say I want to do that. I want to do a simple template, a simple notebook that says Girl Boss Goals. Girl Boss Goals. So obviously I could type it in here. I just feel like doing it this way, right? I can start off with a very simple notebook that says girl boss goals, like so, like that. And you can use any color, any style you want. I think I'm gonna go with light, with white. And let me zoom in as well, just a little bit, right? And then I could just be done, just like that, right? But let's keep going. Let's see how we can beef this bad boy up. And again, my back cover is usually just my URL and my logo, but of course you can, you can, sky's the limit. So what if I wanted to add some illustrations to this? Number one, I could add my own, but then I could also look for elements inside of Canva. They've got a ton of them. But let me first start off with showing you me adding my own elements and or photos, and then what I would do to integrate Canva, right? So of course I could add a photo of me, but I'm not going to do that. I could add one of my illustrated characters, right? I like her on this. I like her on that one. So look at that, right? Nice, clean, simple, cover done. Okay? No more complicated than that, right? So you get the basic covers, the Canva cover template, as well as the lined internals, plus the training, because there's a training where I'm showing you how to edit this like we're doing now. And then, of course, what's hilarious, right, is y'all don't tell me this because I can't see the screen. Um, I'm talking and doing customizations, and you're not even on the screen that I'm on, right? How sad? How sad is that? Um, I'm going to recreate this real quick. Okay, so believe it or not, there was nothing on this page except for this. Right? And so the template that I give you is very simple. And if I could revert, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to revert back to where I was. I really need to like double check that I'm on the right screen when I show this stuff to y'all. Hey. So I then changed the purple to blue, right? And so I went from this purple to this blue, number one. And then number two, I kept it seriously simple. I just started off with adding text, girl boss goals, right? That was all that was on this page. I promise you. And then I said, okay, you could add your own photos, your own illustrations, or you could add Canva elements. Then I just randomly picked one of the illustrations that I had my illustrator design for me. And then I popped her on the cover and was like, I like that. That's a look. That's a thing. I think I'm going to keep that, right? But I'm going to duplicate. I can change that and use a photo of me, or I can use text that I've created. So let me give you an example. This was a couple of years ago, but I played with text and I just combined. I'm going to delete girl boss for a second. I combined wake, pray, work, slay, and repeat, right? That in and of itself, bam, cover done, right? You can, again, you can play with text. You can utilize your own photos and illustrations. Let me show you another example. Let's scroll, scroll, scroll. You see this photo right here? This is from a photo shoot. And in that photo shoot, I was in a red couch. And it was fine, it's perfectly fine couch. But guess what? Red is not really a part of my brand. So I try to get creative when I'm using photos from that shoot. Now, I don't know. You can let me know. Do you have Canva Pro? I love it. If you don't have it, I always recommend you guys grab it over at sistasense.com/J Canva. You can try out Canva Pro through your girl. Okay. J for join, Canva for Canva, right? um, And so what I'm going to do is actually show you why I'm like, you need to join Canva. Okay. You probably don't have the, I pause because I'm looking for the photo I'm looking for. You probably don't have the ability to do this more than once and free. Because with your free version, they do give you, I think, somewhere between 1 to 5 times you can use the remove background for free. And then after that, you got to have pro, right? So if I click on my photo and then I go to edit, remove background, I can get rid of the purple couch and then brand this bad boy however I like. So I took maybe an hour or so. It's very therapeutic for me to sit down and relaxingly play in Canva. Is relaxingly a word? I just gotta sit down and relax and play in Canva. If you don't have Canva Pro, I highly recommend it. The remove background is one of my favorite features, but there's so many more that things that you can do. Number one, and number two, when it comes to Canva, I highly, highly, highly recommend the Canva app. I love it. So, after I'm done with you guys, I have the annual planning workshop tonight. So, hopefully, you guys are in the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. Today's the last day to register for the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. So, this is an element. This is an element that I found inside of Canva, and you can even edit the colors pretty much of all of the things you see here. So if I wanted to modify this chair to other colors, I am welcome to do it, right? Um, but I mainly decided to go with the purple combination that you saw because my branding is mainly purple, right? But okay, so I put that there. Then take me, I go to position, forward, put me in the front. Hey, look now, and of course, I'll do something like that so you don't see the fact that my foot's cut off right there. But now I'm in a purple couch instead of the red one, and it's a little bit more on brand. But again, the blue background, it's fine with purple. But if I wanted to sit and tweak this to make it more hue variations of blue versus purple, I could, right? So there's so many cool things you can do with Canva. Removing backgrounds, number one. Another one that I absolutely love, I think some of you guys were like, you need to work on your Canvas skills. So hopefully today's quick training is helpful. Is frames. How many of you are using Canva apps? Let me know. Yes or no in the comments. How many of you are using the remove background feature in Canva? Let me know that in the comments. Do you have the free or the Canva Pro? Canva Pro is the way to go. That's number three. Number four for me is frames. Do you know about frames? Are you using them? So I could take my photo, or I can take a brand photo, like a stock photo or anything really. Any of these photos, pop it in here, and now it's in that perfect circle, right? So let's say I wanted to get really creative with this. I could first start off with like a blue circle, right? Right here in the back. Or let me use that other blue that's on the other side. Why can't I find it? Okay, let me just do this. Okay. Okay, so let me change this to blue. Okay, so now I'm going to get that frame again and take one of my pictures, and then I'm going to go edit, remove backgrounds. Okay, and then I'm basically going to layer them on top of each other so it looks like the background behind me is blue. So you can create these notebooks for a myriad of reasons. First, let me do that. And now I have kind of reminds me of the Brady Bunch. Remember the Brady Bunch, and they were all in these different circles on the screen. Let's say, for example, you have your own coaching program, right? So every year I start the year out with my Fire Start Your Year workshop here in North Carolina. If I wanted to, I can create branded Fire Start Your Year notebooks with me on the front. And, again, it could be you, it could be an illustration, sky's the limit, right? So I just kind of wanted to get creative and show you some options that are available to you. Now, the front cover template, like I mentioned before, and the template that gives you the lined pages that are inside the notebook, right? So let me just full screen for a second, and then I also will check in with you guys via the chat. The notebooks that I create, they have lines on the inside, right? And you can do either perfect bound, where it's flat like this, or you can create notebooks where you've got a coil, right? Spiral bound. I like spiral bound notebooks. They're all lined inside. So the lined PDF plus the Canva template, so that you can see what I'm doing right now, where you have the back cover and the front cover, that's inside the Create 5 Books bundle, right? So remember, that's in the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. Either get in the bootcamp today, number one, because it's going away today, or you can get the bootcamp absolutely free. If you know you're going to come out to North Carolina and hang out with me as part of Fire Start Your Year, register for Fire Start Your Year. The Wealth Builders Bootcamp is a part of that experience. If you just want these templates, the 5 book bundle is also available. Again, that's over at sistasense.com/WBB. Okay. So 3 options. When you get to Wealth Builders Bootcamp, get that. Or number 2, get Wealth Builders Bootcamp for free. Join me in NC. That's the Fire Start Your Year North Carolina workshop. Or number 3, budget friendly. Just get the 5 book templates inside the Create 5 book bundle. Okay, that's the smallest option, the Create 5 book bundle. The bigger one is the Complete Wealth Builders Bootcamp. The even bigger one is the Fire Start Your Year NC workshop plus webinar workshop that we do at the beginning of the new year. It's got all the goodies in there. Firestartyouryear.com. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the template in a second, but first let me check in. Let me put on my eyes because I see you guys are chatting with me. Also, feel free to share this out. So cute. Thank you. I've failed at using the background remover tool. It never seems to look good. Frames, though, are a fave. Yes, frames are absolutely my favorite. You got to play with it, right? To work on your skills. But maybe we need to do a one-on-one. It's been a minute, right? Since we've done some one-on-one sessions where I can see your screen, and you can show me what you're trying to do or what you kind of you're trying to create. I've got that graphic design eye, so sometimes one-on-ones I can kind of point you in the right direction. I was actually doing that with one of my clients, who is super excited. She is actually preparing for her first virtual event, right? And let me see if I can pop that onto the screen real quick, and I can show you how amazing it is to utilize that remove background feature. So when you work with me, I help you QC quickly create your quality content, right? And one of my clients, she's working on her virtual event. I'm gonna get it on the screen as soon as I can. As soon as I can. Okay. Okay. So let me see if I can pop that onto the screen real quick. Okay, so here's my client, Tiffany. And we are pretty much every month doing one-on-one sessions, right? And so she's launching her first virtual event, super excited about supporting her. I said, okay, I love what you did with the flyer, but let me help. And so I said, I can help you set up the flyer, redesign it, which this is the redesigned version. What did I say I could do for her? Redesign the flyer, work on the sales page, work on the sign up page, and all the things, right? So got this together for her and created the flyer so that she could showcase herself and her speakers, right? Now I'm going to show you, let's do let's duplicate this real quick. And I'm going to show you remove without. Can I get the restore? Can I do a restore? Okay, I don't think I can do a restore on this one. Okay, I'm gonna try to use another photo because I think that might help. I'm not in her account right now. I'm in my account. But what was happening was she added the speaker photos like this, but they're blocky, right? Because it's just kind of like taking the speaker photo and putting it in the side. And I was like, no, baby girl, you gotta use edit remove background, right? So for example, in this case, if we do remove background, then it's just going to be that speaker and it looks like their picture is better shown in the flyer. And it's okay if you go, oh my God, parts of the speaker gets cut off. Double click, you zoom in as much as you can, right? To the best parts of that picture. And then now look at that, right? It blends in more than it did before, right? Because you remove that background, it makes a big difference. So for all the speakers, she just kind of took their photo and put it right on the right corner. And I said, okay, let's go in here and let's zhuzh it up, right? Let's switch that out. I don't was trying to think of something else. I want to show you the original flyer, but I don't remember where that is. But I love that she took the initiative and she started working on it. And I said, okay, if you want me to help you redo the flyer, do the sign up page, and then the follow up sales page, let me know. And she was like, yes, take it over, do it all. That was last week, and I think this week she's working on promotions so that next, I believe within the next week or two, she will be hosting the actual event. And outside of that, I'll just show you a few other PDFs that we've been working on for her particular project, using one of my templates. This is her resource guide so that once her virtual event is done, we worked on this resource guide. She selected some really nice relationship stock photos. She's been customizing the template, added her speakers. So this resource guide that I helped her put together, once they purchase the replays, people will be able to click each of the speakers and listen to the replay content. Number one, that's another one. And then number two, another one that I can share with you is this one, which is basically a web page in Canva. I know you guys are probably familiar with Linktree, but I don't know if you know that you can create your own little web pages in Canva. So using one of my web page templates, I made this for her so that basically this is and let me actually publish it as a website real quick. You can publish websites in Canva, which is pretty cool. So I made this one so that you could have her photo, links to her social media, and then links to all the things that are connected to her upcoming virtual event. The upgrade option, the bundle option, schedule a call, take her relationship quiz, get her relationships journal, all the things. So this is a side note. Number one, I just simply wanted to say that the remove background feature is amazing. Number one. But number two, outside of you creating notebooks, right? The resource guide for people to purchase her event replays, that's just another type of profitable PDF that I like to put together. Number two. And then outside of you DIYing the process, figuring out how to DIY, you can also tap into who being me. If you say, LaShonda, can you help me put together my virtual event? Can you help me, knock out some of these parts? I do have packages to help you do that if that's something that you need support around. Just email sistasense@gmail.com. Let me know, and I'll do what I can do to support you. Do you have to get your branding registered first? That's interesting. Do you have to get your branding registered first? Most of my stuff I have copyrights on it, and then after a few years, I got my Sister Sense trademark. Um, are you referring to copyrights and trademarks? Normally in my publications, I always have like a copyright information in there. There are platforms that will help you with copyright. I found a trademark lawyer to take care of the trademark side of things. But in these day and age times where everybody's creating and self-publishing and doing their own thing, there are quite a few copywriting platforms out there. I can't get into it today, but they're out there. So this link tree type thing is a standalone. So I designed this one, but yes, it's a standalone web page in Canva. I have something called Pretty Pages in my template hub. Um, and I'll just kind of show that to you real quick. I spent a few months just working on websites in Canva, because there are clients, possibly even some of you, who there are things you want to do, but it's a little bit challenging for you to do it on your own, or it may cost more that you have to budget in for like a web designer, somebody like myself to do it for you, right? So side note, I just customize a lot, as you can tell on the screen. Hopefully you can see the screen. I worked on for a couple of months quite a few of these Canva websites, right? And I'll show some of them to you in bigger view so that it's easy for you. It may be hard for you to figure out how to do WordPress or some of these other platforms, but being able to edit in Canva, add links, change the colors, maybe that's a little bit easier for you. And this is like a scrolling website, right? And all of these, the marketplace, I love. This is one of my favorite design templates, because basically you can put a photo of your product here, description, and then link to wherever you are selling it online, right? This is my marketplace template, and all of these are standalone templates in Canva. Um, Here's my version of that, actually, the one that you just saw. This is my 1111, which is funny because today is 1111, right? This template I was working in today, I did this one last year. And these are some of my 1111 offers. So you can see just like how I customize this, and then I just make it into a web page, right? So yeah, these are all standalone. They live in Canva. And then this is a sales page. Some of you want to create your own custom sales pages, but it takes forever to figure out how to do this stuff on your own without a designer, to budget to do it for you. So I design all of these in Canva, and they're a part of my template hub, over at sistersense.com/TTH. The template hub is full of a lot of stuff. Um, and Canva web pages is one of those things. But I digress. I just like hanging out with you and sharing y'all with all this stuff. So I'm supposed to just be talking about notebooks right now, and I'm on a tangent, but I'm gonna go with it. If you're publishing websites on Canva, does that mean you can edit your WordPress? No, Canva and WordPress are two different things. This is just means that you can, just like you can design a PDF or something in Canva, you can make a website in Canva, and then you can publish it and people can click the links in Canva. But it's a simplistic website in that, um, it's mainly the design, and then you can click elements to take people other places. So no, you can't set up a store in Canva. You can't set up sign up pages in Canva. You can't set up an email list in Canva. But what you can do is create a page and then link to things that you have externally, right? So for example, for me, when I showed you that marketplace template, a lot of my products, to be honest with you, are on my sales pages, right? So I just need a page where I can put a picture of the product and then a link to the sales page where you can go buy it, right? Or a sign up form. You made a sign up form on ConvertKit. You just put the picture of what you're giving away for free and the link back to ConvertKit. So these Canva pages are simplistic in that they don't have the complex features of something like a WordPress or a Squarespace, but obviously they're inside of your Canva account, so you don't have to pay for all of those other things, but you can connect them. You can link those pages to other things you've created on a variety of other platforms. Hopefully that makes sense. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, just to reset the room, I am actually doing my final A Book a Day training with you guys as part of the A Book a Day challenge. If you're not in the challenge, it's free. Go over to sistasense.com/ABAD to watch the replays, download the free mini templates, as well as some of those resources that I shared with you. Today, I'm basically showing you how easy it is to create your own notebooks. This is Sense style. Right now, I am inside of my template. Let's go back inside of the template. I have to actually find it first. Apology. I've got like, whoo, I've got lots of tabbies open. So I'm trying to find the templates tab. There we go. And just kind of dropping a few quick recommendations as far as how you can really get creative with Canva and get creative with these templates, right? So let's say I did something like that, and then maybe I just took the word boss and put it on top of my picture using like a nice poppy flaunt. I was about to say flaunt. I don't know why. A nice poppy font, maybe. One that I like is I'm all over the place. Playlist. Playlist. Playlist is a cool font. I just want to get it really big. Right? And I could just keep going with that. Now, I mentioned to you before, you can keep things simple. Let's go back to this really, let's duplicate this one. And I started off with Girl Boss Goals, just that text, right? And pop that up right in here, right? One of the things I love to do in here is to use the elements, and I love flowers. So let me actually show you. Let's go over to my shop, sistasense.shop, right? And a lot of my stuff I edit in Canva, right? These are my notebooks. Today is 11/11. The release of my 11/11 notebooks on sistasense.shop is today. So let's take a look at my password book, okay? These are designed in Canva. And all my products are print on demand, meaning that I don't have to ship out anything. The back end company ships everything. I get my money when you guys buy your stuff. And if, other than people checking in if they have questions, their stuff is printed and shipped by the back end. So I don't have to worry about that. So this is designed in Canva. So let's go back into Canva so I can recreate something kind of like that. So this may be a little bit too matchy, but I do like these. That's nice. Again, this for me is therapeutic. Okay. So I sit on my Canva app, I sip something or get a cup of ice and go to work. Right. That's interesting. If I were to take, maybe crop that real quick and take the bottom one off and then maybe change that to white. It had potential, but I don't quite like it. I do like that flower design at the bottom though. Oh, these petals. These petals are really giving me Japanese vibes. Now, what's it's so interesting is that they've got that like very expansive landscape, right? So if I were to use this darker blue side is the back cover, by the way, right? And this is the front cover. Then when you open it, it's like it's a wraparound cover. So I like that as well. So even if you don't have an illustrator, right, you can create your own magic. There are lots of illustrated characters in Canva that you can integrate into your projects. I'm going to look for African woman. And one of the things I talked about before was you get more with Canva Pro. I don't know what else to tell you. You get more with Canva Pro. I mean, I pay for original illustrations, but I can, and I'm just going to, because I clicked this one right here, right? I'm going to click right here, and then it'll tell me it's an abstract African American vector illustrator, the company, free for Canva Pro, and then it gives me information about what I'm allowed to do, right? So you can use this media safely in Canva designs for a wide range of personal and commercial uses. So commercial is I can put this in a product that I can sell. I can use this in marketing and social media. Don't resell, right? Or take credit for this as a standalone offer. I'm not. Don't trademark it. I'm not, right? So it tells you clearly what you can do with your licensing, right? So I'm able to, and I really like that. Like it just cute, right? Just cute. Just all types of cute. You can just use your own custom graphics. As I mentioned before, let me just reset the room here. I paid for a set of illustrations from my illustrator, and she did 5 images for me, right? But if you don't have an illustrator, you could use the illustrations on Canva, right? Um, and then one of the things that you'll notice with my shop, let's go to my shop real quick. I like to do variations. So you can take one concept and do it in multiple colors, right? So for example, look at my password book. There's white, there's blue, there's pink, there's purple. You can diversify, right? How you put your content together. Hey, how we learn and grow daily. Hey, Lashonda, can I use Canva to link to a sign up for consultation services? Absolutely. You can link to anything. Absolutely anything that you have, you can link to, right? And so I will show you really easy. Um, as a matter of fact, let me show you something real quick. This is my last session with you guys as part of a book a day, right? So I'm going on many tangents, but I love your questions. So I'm going to answer as many of them as I can. And number one, and number two, remind you to get your Create 5 book bundle. So all the templates that I'm sharing with you are in that bundle. Right now, I'm going to look for my resource guide template. See if I can find that real quick. Well, this is one example of a resource guide template that I've put together, but I'll just run with this one. In the interest of time. So I do templates all day, every day, right? All of my templates, well, a good percentage of them are inside the template hub. These are not the Create 5 books that I've done all week for the challenge. Those are specifically inside of that Wealthy Builders Bootcamp because I'm always coming up with new stuff. So, um, yes, sorry, I'm checking my phone. So you asked me a question about links. Let me knock that question out real quick. So let's say I make a resource guide and I have my call me consultation page, right? Call me.com/call me, right? So anything, honestly, I can click this text, I can click this button, and then click on the link option. Now, if you don't see links on your Canva screen, just look for the three dots, find the link icon, and then I can put in here my URL, right? So I always just come up here because it's just easier for me to get it from my browser. And then I could click this, click the link, and then pop that in there. Bam, hit enter. And then that will become clickable, right? So let me show you one of my resource guides. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when you sign up to the A Book a Day challenge, have you signed up? Yes or no? It's free. I mean, come on. SizzleSense.com/ABAD for a book a day, and you get a mini template in there, and you also get some downloadable goodies, right? One of them, if I'm not mistaken, is the email marketing and sales guide. I'll show it to you right now. If I can find it, email marketing and sales guide. So yeah, I make the file in Canva. As you can see, the cover design. I mean, you can pick from the different cover designs I give you. And all you got to do is you hold, when you're in Canva, you select the text, you pop in the link, you select your photos, you pop in the link, and then you save your document as a PDF. So if I were to click on this file, or rather, if I click on that text, then it will open up wherever I sent that link to. It could be any page, your consultations, your blog, your social media, your podcast, your videos, anything you want to link to, you can, right? So that's what I was talking about as far as Canva is concerned. Even if you created a web page in Canva and you can't sell products in Canva, there's no store or a blog. But if you have other things you've created on other platforms, you can link to those things within your Canva document. Hopefully that makes sense. Awesomeness. Thank you. You are welcome. You're welcome. So let me see what else I can share with you. I'm about to wrap up, but when it comes to creating your notebooks, like I said, I wanted to show you basically the process as far as just being creative with the designs, right? In the last, I don't know, it's been under an hour, I'm pretty sure. I've just kind of sat here and played with Canva. I started off with a very simple template. That's a part of the training, the Create 5 book bundle. And I built it out into all of these different things, using Canva elements, using my own photos and illustrations. And you can make, you can make it happen. You can be as creative as you like. Here's one of my clients in a training I did this past weekend. I took one of his illustrations, I put hustle on the back, his logo on the side, bam, bam, boom, made it happen, right? Using his brand colors, blue and green, right? So this process does not have to be complicated. Like I said, you can find that all waiting for you inside of the Wealth Builders Bootcamp, number one. But if you don't get the full boot camp, all you need to do is just get the smaller Create 5 books bundle, and the templates and the training are all inside of that. Cells, yeah, Cells is gone. I know, right? I know, so sad. Gumroad, you can try Gumroad. That's another option. Great questions, guys. If you didn't get to hang with me live, you can definitely catch me on the replay side, and or email sistersense@gmail.com if you have questions. Feel free to last call, check in with me, ask any questions about the things that we've talked about this week, pop them into the live before I wrap up today, because I do have a training. We are doing a full weekend of trainings as part of the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. Tonight, we're going to work on your annual plan. Yes. And then for the weekend, we're going to talk about 7 ways to create your own 7-day challenge. As you can tell, I spent the last 5 days doing a challenge with you guys, right? So doing a 5-day live stream is an example of one way you can do a multi-day micro challenge. I'm going to dig into 7 ways this weekend and help you map out a challenge. Let me know out of curiosity if you guys have ever created your own challenges before. If you would like to create a challenge, that's what we're going to do this weekend. So grab your Wealth Builders Bootcamp Pass. That is also going to give you access to all the templates we dug into this 5-day weekend experience. Okay. But notebooks, it's just one of the books, right? So we spent the week talking about notebooks. Day number 1, I shared with you the workbook template. That was fun, right? And then we talked about idea books, audio books, binge books. Last week, I shared the planner template. We worked on creating planners. That was a part of the Wealth Builders Bootcamp as well. Here's one of my latest magazines. The magazine, Brand Magazine Bootcamp is a bonus. It's a BOGO bonus to the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. So it's awesome because you get the BOGO, you get the Wealth Builders Bootcamp, and then the Brand Mag Bootcamp to create your own brand magazine in there as well. I just love to publish books and inspire you guys to be able to do the same thing too. Shout out to my client, Lynette Crosby. I helped her produce this children's book. We have both the saddle stitch and the hardcover. And this was all in Canva, right? She gave me a Google Doc with her children's book, and then I turned it into using Canva illustrations. She was like, oh my God. I thought you were just going to put text and pretty colors on the screen. It's called No is My Friend. So I sat down with it for a little bit and I said, you know what? She wants no to be positive for young people, but then also for adults, right? We think no, a hard, abrasive word that we yell. So I was like, wouldn't it be cute to make it into a little character? Can't draw, but I took the word no and then put a little smiley face and made a character for her. So you don't necessarily have to draw in Canva, but you can get creative. Children's books, workbooks, notebooks, sketchbooks, you name it, you can create it using the platform. So like I said, outside of using the templates, if you do want to work with me doing private projects, I even right now, I'm helping my client Dexter. I just sent him over his magazine. I spent the last couple of weeks working on Dexter's new issue 1 of his magazine, raising your financial intelligence. And so I sent him over that. Let me see if I can pop that on the screen. I think yesterday. So you can use the templates, but also I can do some of this stuff for you. And helping my clients create 20-page micro magazines for their brand. He is in finances. He's a real estate expert. What's your brand? What do you want to create a brand magazine around? Like I said, you can get the DIY Brand Mag Bootcamp with the template free as a bonus when you get the Wealth Builders bundle over at sizzlesense.com/WBB. Or you can check in with me if you just want me to set stuff up for you separately. I'm going to zoom in real quick because I've been quietly working with Dexter on quite a few projects. Some of you go, I like the template, I like the training, but I just don't have the time, right? Then I'll do it. Over the last couple of months, every couple of weeks, Dexter will say, okay, LaShonda, here's another report. Here's another article. Here's another set of articles. And I helped him create all of these. 5 things you must know as a real estate investor, the real estate glossary of terms. This was interesting. This was about 80 plus pages. He made his own glossary, wrote down all the real estate terms in his own way of describing it. So he's got his own glossary. He's got his wealth generation, 4 wealth generators of real estate, 3 simple moves to legitimize your real estate business. So after we worked on those individual ones, now he has the real estate investing bundle, right? Available for $197. So in addition to being able to share your articles. Like in his case, with most clients, I'll say, listen, send me a couple of articles that you've written, send me some of your products. And I turned his products into promotions. So, for example, the bundle, that's a promotional page. He also has his wealthy conversations card deck, right? So I took his products and made them into ads, right? Why pay for advertising in somebody else's magazine? Create your own damn magazine and use that to advertise yourself and sell it too. Bim bam boom. There you go, right? So just a little bit of a view as far as what you could do. Magazines, we didn't necessarily go through them as part of this 5-day challenge, but the templates are in the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. And if you want me to help you DIY the process, I can do that too. Cute kids definitely need to learn to use that word, right? No is my friend. You know, sometimes we are just like you with kids, you have to be friendly to everyone, right? You be polite, and you could use no in a polite way. Even as adults, we find it hard to say no, right? And so we have to kind of relearn what that looks like. Hey, Angela, just joined late and was wondering, how did you get the flyer to be the short way instead of long? Hope it makes sense. When I go to flyer, it's always the long way. Hmm. Oh. How did you get the flyer to be the short way? What flyer? I'm not sure. Man, I'm sorry, Angela. I missed that comment. I'm not sure what flyer you're referring to. If you could describe it a little bit more, I'll try my best to answer you. Um, did I miss the answer about if the 5 templates bundle is in the template hub? Oh, it's not. The 5 templates bundle is not in the template hub. The template hub has over 100 templates in it, but what I'm talking about, the 5 templates we've been working on for the 5-day challenge, go over to sistasense.com/WBB, the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. Either get the bootcamp, the Create 5 book bundle is in the boot camp. That's what these templates are from that I've been working through right now. When you get the boot camp, you also will get the brand mag boot camp as a bonus if you want that template as well, plus training. Okay. And then, like I mentioned before, any of this stuff you just want me to do for you because you don't want to figure out how to do it yourself or you don't have the time to, just check in with me and I can offer my services. I was looking at the flyer with the speakers. Oh, you're talking about when I set this up for my clients. Gotcha. Um, this right here. I just created a new custom graphic. And I say this right here, like you can see my screen. I keep forgetting to switch over the screens. And then I'm like, you can't see what I can see right now. This, I believe, you're talking about me setting up these pieces from my client's project. I believe that's what you're referring to, right? Um, number one, I can tell you the size. You can create a custom design in Canva. So if you go to Canva on the first page at the very top, you can do a custom design. And I can tell you the size of this is 2000 by 1125 pixels. So if you don't necessarily see the size you're looking for, you can create it. When I do graphics like this, I make them 2000 by 1125 pixels. Okay. Hope that helps. I do have Sister sense.com/TTH. So the template club, the template hub, the template club, template hub, because they're different. The template hub has got 100 plus templates in there. You can upgrade to the template hub for half off, hint, hint, in the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. But you can also just get the template hub by itself. It's got over 100 plus templates. My pride and joy is my workbook template. It's over 180 pages and it's broken up into these really great categories, right? So there is an event planning section. So just like I showed you that flyer graphic, I have quite a few event planning graphics and flyers that I've put together, and they're inside the template hub. So hopefully that size helped you. 2000 by 1125 pixels. But again, outside of DIYing the process, if you would like some of my event planning flyer templates and virtual templates, guest speaker. So for example, I have templates where you can plug in guest speakers, kind of like you saw with hers. Hers was an original design. I built that from scratch, but I do have templates with guest speakers and all the things already inside the template hub. Number one, which is at sissasense.com/TTH for the template hub. But you can get the template hub for half off when you get the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. Now, again, I'm dropping a lot of links on you guys, and I know that is probably confusing. So if you're confused at all, I get it. I get it. Just email me or send me a voice message. When you're on Sister Sense, you're looking at something, you're scratching your head, click the gray tab on the right of the sissasense.com website. Send me a voice message. All right. That's the easiest thing I could do. When you're confused at all, send me a voice message and I can point you in the right direction. Yes, it's custom. She started the process of working on it herself and said, LaShonda, can you take a look? And I did. I said, I love the bones, but listen, I can help you make this a lot better. I can beef it up for you. And she said, girl, just do it. Just do it. So I did all the parts for her. Awesome. Okay. Good stuff. The pink flyer. Good, 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 good. Glad I was able to help you with that. So, all right, y'all, this is it. This is a wrap of the Create a Book a Day 5-day challenge. Truly hope you enjoyed it. In about 3 hours, I'm going to do another training, not live, but in the exclusive webinar for the Wealth Builders Bootcamp. As I mentioned before, tonight we're going to do annual planning, number one. And then this weekend, we're going to work on 7 ways to create 7-day challenges, number two, as part of the Wealth Builders Bootcamp experience that I've created for you. So that's it. I'll let you guys know when I jump on here live again. But if you miss those emails, just turn on alerts and notifications so you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me. There's always an opportunity for us to talk about practical things you can do when it comes to your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too. So hopefully creating digital and print on demand books, right? Practically, that was something that we talked about today. Hopefully that's something that you can do as well. I'm going to end out with one of my client planners. This is Janelle Holland's prayer journal. We designed this whole thing when she came out to my North Carolina weekend workshop. We set it up in Canva. Remember, I told you I love flowers. So I sat down and I did all of this for her. And we just made it pretty, made it pop in, and then got it published. So don't just work on coming up with great ideas, work on printing, publishing, and profiting, because you've got some amazing potential. Mwah! Bye.